Hello, sofa buddies. Welcome to Yolanda's Wanda's Emporium. We are The Witch, back at you with episode 15 of Dicey Dungeons. Continuing our run, I did a little digging into our build. I think I understand The Witch a little bit better now, and that's why I'm going to go with Magic Missile. We've got a lot of magical options here, but this one, I think, is the best for us. And we are going to do away with Nudge in exchange. It's a bright, sunny day in the caves of Dicey Dungeons, and we're going to review what we've got. So I am going to stick with Affliction as my prepared spell. In addition to that, we've got our Cauldron, obviously, which is used for rerolls. I tossed around the idea of starting with Cauldron just so that I could reroll exactly what I want to be casting, but I'm not going to do that because she's already low on damage. I don't want to be not having Infliction to begin with. So Magic Missile is cool because we can pop even just like a spare 2 in there once we've got Infliction cast, or since we've already got Infliction cast, we can put 2s in there once it's activated to be doing 5 damage. Our Sonic Wave is still hefty. We've got our good shield, and of course we can be tossing dice as well. So I didn't see the need for Nudge, which are with our current variability here. Now, what is the upgraded Magic Missile? That's what I want to know. Ooh, so if we pop that in that upgraded slot, we can be doing lots of damage on an even. That's something to think about as we tangle with the Wizard. 2 rivals with spellbooks here. Now the way his work is he only gets 1 die and he's doing a lot of conditions and various, dodging damage, all kinds of weird stuff. So what can we cast? We can cast Infliction. We cannot cast Magic Missile, interestingly. We can cast Sonic Wave. We can cast Magic Shield. If we cast Magic Shield, we won't have an odd to use it in, so we don't want to do that. We can cast Sonic Wave just to get it out there, but we won't be able to do any more damage than Infliction. However, we want to try and get Magic Missile in that upgraded slot if we can. So we're going to put Sonic Wave there. Oh, you know what? Actually, maximizing our damage would be to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, would be to do this, and then we're weakening him anyway. Alrighty. So a good start. Let's see what he's got. He's going to cast Flame Spell on us to burn 2 dice and deal 5 damage. That's not terrific, especially since we rolled a 6 and 2 5s. We want to get that Magic Missile out, so we're going to do our Crystal Ball. We still did not get a 3, which is making my decision to do away with Nudge a little bit silly. However, we're going to try really, really hard to get it. We're going to pop a Cauldron in here. Now, what don't we want to cast? We don't. Well, we could cast Hall of Mirrors, but I still am just unclear on exactly how that works. And plus, our 6 is burnt right now. So I think what we want to do is we want to toss our 4 into Cauldron to try and get a 3. So we were able to get a 3. However, we're going to need to burn ourselves if we want to use it properly. But I think that's worth it with Magic Missile in that upgraded slot. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to toss this Infliction in there for 3. And then we are going to sacrifice 2 of our own health to do 8 to him. And then I think we only need to throw 1 of these dice because 1 damage for 2 health is not worth it. So there we go. He's down to 10 just like that. He got a 1, so he's going to be freezing us. 5 more damage to put us to 20. And 2 of our highest numbers. Wow. He couldn't even do both freezes because we already had 2 1s. So here's what we're going to do. We're definitely going to Cauldron some of this. We don't want to cast another Cauldron, but we do want to try and get an even number for Magic Missile. We're not able to get it. We're not able to get our even Magic Missile here. And in fact, we are not even able to be doing maximum Sonic Wave. So this is going to be a pretty low. Ooh, unless we cast Cauldron, I think we got to be aiming for that Magic Missile if we can. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to cast our Cauldron. Now, if we cast Cauldron, will this give us a new use of it? Yes, it will. Okay. I think we put the 5 in. And then we're able to get our even, our magic missile for the kill. Alright, thinking on your feet, Tony. I like that. I was going to give up and not be able to get the kill this turn, but I was able to get it. With both of these apples, we're actually able to get back up to full. Then the question is, with our additional piece of gold, do we want to buy one of these? We weren't able to before because we didn't have enough gold. Magic Key, I think I decided I just didn't really like, because there wasn't a space for it in my current spellbook. Magic Dagger. I feel like Hall of Mirrors has a place in this build. I just don't know what it is yet. So while I'm still working on how the witch works, I don't want to mess things up too much. We are on to our next biome, which is the forest. We haven't seen this in a while. Better not miss it for the trees. So in order to access the next floor, some healing, and an item, we can fight Stereohead, who we fought before. Otherwise, we're taking on Fireman for an item and healing, who we've never fought before. And if we want the shop, we can face off against the Jester. I think we start off with the Fireman. Weak to ice. Sadly, I don't have any ice things. So we've still got Infliction starting us off. We can pop out Sonic Wave, but mostly what we want to be doing is casting our special, our sacred, our most beautiful Magic Missile. We're going to pop an even in there to do an immediate 8 damage. We're going to do Infliction for another 3. Now let's see what he can do. He's trying to roll evens to be able to burn us and deal that amount of damage. So odds, please, Mr. Fireman. Oh, fuck. He's going to be doing 8 damage, burning me twice. Okay, so we've still got a 6 for our Magic Missile. It's kind of funny to me that every time we get burned, we happen to get Crystal Ball, so let's use it so we can cast a few more things. Man, I like her focus so much better than the Inventors. Now, do we want to cast another Magic Missile? No, not this turn, because we only have the 1 even. So we clearly do this for another 8 damage. Now, do we want to cast a Cauldron? Yeah, fuck it, so that we can try and get another Magic Missile going. That's not a bad idea at all. So we're going to cast a Cauldron. Let's put the 1 in there to try to make it an... Well, let's see what we get. Alright, so we got a 2, so we can cast Magic Missile and do an additional 5, which is wild. We've got 2 Magic Missiles running. We're going to probably replace that lower one pretty soon, but I mean, there's a really good chance that we're going to be able to kill him next turn. Okay, so we're taking 8 more damage. Again, burning 2 dice again. And man, we're taking quite a bit of damage this fight. However, let's see. I really want to try doing this without taking burn damage. So let's see what Cauldron gives us. If it gives us an even, we win the fight. It did not give us an even. However, we can still win the fight. Man. Yeah, we can still win the fight, obviously. We just need to take damage to do it, which sucks. Alright. Of course. That's funny. Well, we'll save that limit break for the beginning of the next fight as we extinguish. Ooh, good old-fashioned Flame War. I didn't know you were a YouTube commenter. Maybe he's a fan of mine. Who knows? We extinguish the Flame Man, so we've got a fight with the Jester coming up, after which we will level. So I think there's no reason not to take a 6 health here. There's no reason not to get a new item. So we've got a Skeleton Key. So if we put doubles in there, it'll set all dice to that value. With our dice economy that we have going on right now, I don't think I like that. Especially because the Witch needs a great variety of dice on her first 2 turns, and then lesser after that. So I'm not liking that spell. We're going to ignore it. Interesting that it goes back in the chest, so I can change my mind on that if I wish. I kind of wish I could sell it to the shop for gold, though. But we are going to face off against the Jester for our level up. It seems as though it took a while for that fight to load. That was kind of strange. Hey, it's a dice enemy! How are you getting on with the dungeons? Feeling at home yet? After all, it's not like you're ever gonna leave. He changes equipment every turn. This is the third time we fought this guy. This turn, he's freezing on odds. I want to be able to get a good first turn going here since I'm going to be frozen next turn. So I'm going to activate my crystal ball. Man, we can cast and use 2 magic missiles, which is, I think, going to be the move right now. So one of them is going to be upgraded. What else can we do, though? Hall of Mirrors we don't like. We could cast another Infliction, but we need those. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to cast... Oh my god. Hold up now. Can we cast 3 magic missiles and then... Or no, because we'd need another dice for that cauldron. So we're going to cast 2 for sure. We're going to use 2 for sure to do 13 damage. We can cast a cauldron, but I don't see why that matters. So we are instead just going to Infliction the last one, and then throw a dice for a grand total of like 17 damage or so. That was not bad. Got 3 odds. So we're going to be frozen 3 and 5 damage. Now we're at 15 health, so we got to be careful. Especially since the frozenness completely disables Magic Missile. So the goal here is going to be to cast Cauldron, obviously. And let's see what we get. We got a 6 to be able to pop in 8 damage on Magic Missile. And then we'll be able to do another 3 with Infliction there. So he'll be down to 7, which means he's in prime killing range. I think we can survive one more turn. Oh yeah. So he's got a taser this turn. We're down to 7, and we are shocked 3. Luckily, our improved Magic Missile was not one of the ones that shocked. He forgot to shock our most powerful item. And we're able to save our crystal ball for the next level up. Well, this is stressful. The Inventor I thought was going well until the very end. This one I feel like I'm stumbling through every level up, which is kind of hilarious. Okay, so do I want Doppel Dice or Duplicate? Doppel Dice, you can put a 1, 2, or a 3 in there and double the dice value. That would be good to pop a 2 in there and be able to do that. However... Oh, wait a second. No, that's not how it works. You put a 1 in there and it'll make it a 2. That would be good to counter Frozen, whereas this one, if we're all 1s, we can't really do anything. So I think we might want to take Doppel Dice to be able to counter Frozen. Now, where do we want to put it? I think we put it in Hall of Mirrors, because it's just not fitting with this build right now. Okay, so we've got that out. Let's take a look at the shop here before we fight Stereohead. So we don't need that right now, however, especially since there's healing after Stereohead, unless that fight goes very poorly, we shouldn't need that. Catastrophe. We tick down from 7, and we inflict shock, burn, and freeze. Very interesting. We've also got Glass Cauldron, which allows us to freeze 1 dice and roll a 1. That is also, it's important to note that with the one we just picked up, I forget it's Duplicate or something, that is a guaranteed Magic Missile if we have Glass Cauldron and Duplicate both out. So it's a guaranteed freeze, a guaranteed Magic Missile, and we can use Inflict with the other dice. So that's what? 14 damage per turn. Let's try that build, guys. Now, where do we want to put this? Do we put this in for Sonic Wave? I think we do. Or is that... Yeah. Yeah, we put it in for Sonic Wave, I think. Except, or do we... Oh, man, this is tough. I should have done this differently. Okay. So our main build is going to be Infliction to start, Doppeldice, Glass Cauldron, and Magic Missile is our, like, ultimate build right here. Now, do we want to put it in Cauldron instead, since it's the same base concept? I think, yeah, let's do that. Let's put it in for Cauldron and see what happens. Alright, so that may have been a mistake. Do we want to change up how we start? Do we want to start with a freeze? The one that we prepare is honestly not too important now that we're kind of able to cast stuff right away. I think Doppeldice is a solid one to start on. That way we don't have to worry about wasting an even to get it out. I kind of like that. Alrighty, let's take on Stereo Head. What you got for us, boy? He's weak to shock. We've got our Limit Break, which we're going to use immediately. Now, we can cast we're looking at casting Magic Missile and Glass Cauldron. We can cast our Magic Missile. We cannot cast Glass Cauldron this turn. However, what happens if we... Oh, it's a max 3. 1, 2, or 3. So the only one we can use this on is a 2 to make it a 4. There's really no point in doing that because we don't want to cast Doppeldice. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to pop the 4 in there to do 8. We're going to cast Infliction. We're going to do 5 damage with Infliction because we still want Glass Cauldron. Or 3 damage, excuse me. We could cast something else, but we want Glass Cauldron to make sure that we get an auto freeze Doppeldice Magic Missile combo. So I think we just throw these two at him. Or no, we can cast something and then just replace it, right? So can't we cast Magic Shield? Oh, it needs an odd, though. Yeah, there's no point. We're just going to throw both dice. Alright, so he's got Sonic Wave. He's weakening me. We want him to roll high, either 5s or 6s, so that he can't act. Alright, so we're going to be taking 5 damage, and 2 of our pieces of gear are weakened. Okay, he weakened the Magic Missile, which sucks because it needs a 6, and it still only does 5. We still don't have our Glass Cauldron, which kind of sucks. Man, that was actually a really debilitating weaken. However, I think our move here is going to be to cast a new Magic Missile to do 5 damage with one of these 4s. And then we're going to do an additional 3 with Infliction. So weakened sucks for us, but it's also good because we can just pop a new thing in there. We should be able to kill him next turn. So he's only going to be able to do 1 damage to us while weakening our Infliction, which is fine. We can't heal, so we might as well just kill him right here. Alrighty, not a bad fight there as we charge towards level 5. Let's take a look at our items here before we call it for this video. No reason not to heal there. We've got Slime Ball. We can poison somebody with an even. Now, we're going to want to be putting our evens into Magic Missile, so this instantly doesn't work too well. If that was odd, I would consider putting it in over Magic Shield in a heartbeat. However, because we want to pop our evens in Magic Missile, I just don't see the use right now. I'm sorry. Especially since there's a lot of things that are strong against poison. So, we are going to wrap it up there, and on the next video, we're going to delve deep into floor 4 of our witch run. Bye-bye, folks.